Fuck peace. It's time to clash. Hello and welcome everyone to the Your Waifus Must Clash podcast. A show where your waifus must clash. There's not going to be any ratings this episode, nothing like that. We're simply going to be choosing a side on this argument, and we're going to try to convince each other who's the better waifu.
That's right.
I'm Christian, and I'm here with my brother David.
How's it going?
It's time to clash. Today's episode, we're doing Panty versus Stocking, the dynamic duo from the Trigger show, or was it Gainax at the time?
I think it was Gainax at the time.
Yeah, it was Gainax, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can actually see some Gainax characters in the background of the show sometimes.
That's awesome. Now, here's the fucked up part. How old is Panty and Stocking now?
I think it came out in 2010.
Oh, man. Oh, don't tell me Panty and Stocking's almost 10 years old.
Almost 10, man.
That is terrible. That makes me feel old.
So why don't we give our listeners a little background on Panty and Stocking?
As we usually do. Panty and Stocking is... Here, I'll let you explain.
Panty and Stocking is a show about two angel sisters, the Anarchy sisters. One's name is Panty, and the other's name is Stocking. They were two sisters who were cast out of heaven for being just the fucking worst.
They are the worst. They're pretty bad.
That's actually part of the reason we decided to do this Versus episode, because by themselves they would get really low scores. They would make awful girlfriends.
They would be the worst girlfriends.
Anyway, so Panty and Stocking, in order to get back into heaven, must kill ghosts on Earth and earn heaven coins in order to attain paradise again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have terrible habits.
Oh, yeah, the worst.
One is addicted to sex, and the other is addicted to candy.
And hijinks ensue from there. It's just dirty, nasty sex jokes and really out there comedy and just wacky shit all over the place.
Their main allies are a gay BDSM obsessed priest.
Yeah.
And Chuck, their lovable dog.
Who is literally just the dog from Invader Zim. Yeah.
Chuck has his own personality, of course, but...
We should do Gardabel and Chuck on the Husbando podcast, because Gardabel is a great fucking man.
I love Gardabel, man. He's probably my favorite character in this series, and one of my favorite Gainax characters.
Not to mention Briefs. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah, the
Brief.
little boy. Brief.
Yeah, he's actually really important to Panty's development as a character throughout the series.
Absolutely. I think Panty does get more development than Stocking. That's nothing to do with this Versus. I just think it's unfortunate that Stocking kind of gets pushed to the side toward the end of the series, but...
Well, she has, like, the final episode and everything.
Does she?
Yeah,
I think she gets the final scene, but that's kind of a joke.
I always thought that she was, kind of like the main character by the end of it. I thought she mattered way more than Stocking.
The final
episode, been a while.
If you rewatch it again, the final episode is all about Panty. In the beginning of the episode, Stocking is just taken straight back up to heaven.
Yeah.
And then only at the end, when they have to fight the main villain, does Stocking get put back down, and then they team up and fight. She's almost not in the episode at all.
It's been a really long time.
And then there's, the whole twist where you find out she's... Spoilers, guys!
Yeah.
A demon, which is like a joke twist.
I
Because there's
don't
nothing
think
leading
that's
up to it. It can't be canon.
No, that's stupid. I'm still waiting for Panty and Stocking too. It'll come one day.
There's been kind of a resurgence in Panty and Stocking material lately. They came out with a tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
There's been, cafes and stuff. And this is all recently, so there's definitely a fan base.
Yeah,
maybe one day
it's definitely become a cult classic. Another thing about getting into Panty and Stocking, if you want to do that, the dub's really good. I actually kind of prefer the dub. It's really funny. The Japanese voice acting is great too, and that's how we both watched it when it was still airing, right?
Yeah. I watched the Japanese dub enough when it first came out that I could recite the lines in Japanese back to you. So that's how much I love the original. And then the dub comes out and it's fucking perfect. Not only are the jokes still there, but so many more are added, and it's subtle stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of people might not like that, it's not in the original script.
They have a lot of fun with it.
And they stick to what makes the characters themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's some great voice acting talent. The voice actors get and understand the characters, and they add on to it.
And what's great about these characters, and you could tell the voice actors liked voicing characters like this, is they are not typical protagonists. Mm-hmm. They're really disgusting people.
Disgusting, gross people.
Inside and out, they're horrible.
Oh, yeah. They are just consumed by their terrible habits and shitty personalities. No matter what, even when they're trying to do good things for themselves, they both end up just being mean to each other again.
Yeah, they're
just
petty and stupid.
Yeah.
they're okay, maybe not Stocking so much, but I'm sorry to use this word, but the show uses it all the time. They're dumb bitches.
They are. They're dumb. We have an episode called "The Bitch from."
Okay, but that was
Daddy's
what she
House.
is. These characters are more than dumb bitches, but at heart they are dumb bitches.
It's very true, and it's funny because they're super popular in anime culture. Like they're pretty high up there for a lot of people as far as waifus go.
Yeah,
And I also think it's cool because the art style is so out there.
I
and
love
different.
the art style. It's Powerpuff Girls mixed with anime.
Yeah,
that's really the only way I can describe it.
I have one gripe with the. It's not really a gripe with the art style. It's more of just like a ooh kind of thing, but I'll get into that later.
Should we make these waifus clash?
Should we clash?
We shall clash.
So here's how it's going to go. We still have our 5 different categories. We have appearance, personality, abilities, role, and fetish potential. There's not going to be any date scenarios, and there's not going to be a waifu for Waifu segment. I'm going to be taking the side of Stocking, because I like Stocking way more than Panty. I like them both a lot. They're both great characters, but I personally like Stocking more, and you're going to be taking Panty, because you like Panty more.
Yeah, Panty's definitely the better character in my opinion. Now, we're going to be making them clash, and we're going to be focusing on the great debate here, which is why we're not going to have the date segment or waifu for Waifu. And honestly, these two characters, like I said earlier, they would score really low based on our normal criteria because they would make awful girlfriends.
So in order to decide who wins this clash, we are both going to keep a very open mind, and we're going to listen to each other's opinions and keep our biases out of the way. You all know I like goth girls. I'm going to throw that out because we're focusing on the character and what makes her a better waifu overall.
But we can't throw that out for our first category, which is, of course, appearance. I'll let you go first.
Stocking has an immediate appeal. Right when you look at her, she has distinct colors, a distinct outfit. You look at her and you kind of get what she's going to be like. You can even look at her and, kind of get that she likes food and candy. With Panty, you look at her and she's kind of just blonde and pretty. You can't get blonde and pretty could ensue that she's kind of, all about sex and stuff like that. You can kind of get that from her design. But right when you look at Stocking, there's an immediate appeal. And if you like that appeal, you're gonna
I'll give you this. When I first saw the show, I thought that Stocking was going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
I think most people feel that way.
Yeah, of course.
That being said, though, there is a lot to Panty's design that you don't get from her basic design. Yes, she looks like the basic celebrity blonde type.
Yeah.
She actually has more outfits than Stocking does.
Yeah, she does.
Almost twice as many.
Yeah, I can't... when I think of Panty, I don't know what outfit to put her in my mind.
They both go through a lot of outfit changes. I like Panty's outfits more. She's more versatile.
That's true.
She does her hair in all kinds of different ways, whereas Stocking mostly just has the same long
I do
hair.
like how Panty changes her hair a lot. I always dig when characters change their look, and that
it changes her appearance a lot. So much so that one of my favorite appearances from her, the country girl look from the final episode, she has pigtails and freckles.
It's cool that they went that route with the final episode.
It's so weird, but I love it.
I do too.
It's very Evangelion insofar as the final episode. It's not what you expect.
Oh yeah.
You don't expect the final episode of Panty and Stocking to be mostly set on a farm.
Yeah, it totally takes
and
everything
for the
that
most
you
part,
prepared
it's
for.
PG as hell.
Yeah, it's one of the more softer episodes.
Yeah, you're kind of wondering, is this girl Panty, or is it just some girl who grew up on a farm? She's chasing pigs around and having a great time.
Another thing I will say for Stocking is that if you don't like alternative girls, if that's not your thing, it's an immediate miss for you.
Yeah.
Whereas with Panty, she could also pull off the alternative girl look.
Oh yeah, look
and
at the
make it
music
look good.
video. She goes all goth rock on that one, and she looks fucking cool.
And it works. Okay, so earlier on I said I appreciated the art style. I like it a lot. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic. No other anime looks like it. But I will say, when they are either nude or in a bikini or something,
right.
Specifically I remember this in the beach episode, I don't like how their bodies look unclothed. The weird club feet thing is really nasty.
Yeah, it's weird, but they shift art styles all the time, so you could see what they really look like versus the filter of the art style.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like how they draw their bodies really angular, and it allows for some real exaggeration in the animation. You get some really striking action
of course,
scenes.
of course. And that's going for the art style. It's good. But as far...
You're saying it's not as hot.
Yeah, it's not as attractive, and Panty is definitely nude way more than Stocking, which you could say is a good thing, but it just looks a little weird to me, and I think Stocking is a little more classier with her sex appeal.
Maybe. I just don't like
not that Stocking is classy at all.
No. But Well, I guess my real problem is that every outfit Stocking has, even when, she's dressing differently, it looks kind of the same. She could be in a big goth Lolita style dress, and it kind of just looks like her normal outfit, maybe just a little longer and bunchier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Another aspect of Panty that I like over Stocking, Panty's got tired eyes. And that's always a plus for me.
Yeah, she has the Haruko kind of eyes going on.
I guess they're supposed to be, like, sexy and alluring, but she does it so often it just looks like she's tired.
I enjoy Stocking's expressions more than Panty's. Panty's depicted as gross a lot of the time. And again, it's better for an actual, like character. I like Stocking more as far as, like, expressions and stuff like that. But if we're talking waifus, I would rather my waifu not make disgusting faces all the time.
You'd rather have, like, the silent girl that just smiles or scowls in the background.
No, I would not.
Like, we watch Panty taking a shit in an episode, and she goes through a range of emotions with her expressions. I don't think Stocking would do the same thing.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people are basing their waifus on their shit expressions.
Okay, but I'm just using that as an example of the fact that, They really got cartoon. It's a cartoony art style.
Yeah, but we're talking about waifus here, not the cartoony art style. Yes, it's good, but I don't know. I don't want to see this girl take a shit and make disgusting
all I'm saying
faces.
is, in the world that the show presents to us, the one whose appearance appeals the most to me, Panty, is because they push the fact that the show looks like a cartoon with her character way more than Stocking.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. I think that Panty is way more versatile. She can pull off a lot of different looks. She can even pull off the alternative look, maybe even better than Stocking does. However, I do stand by the fact that Stocking has an immediate appeal and just kind of looks cuter and is more waifu material than Panty. But I will give you the points, and despite me liking Stocking more, I'm going to go ahead and say that you win this first clash, and it's going to be Panty.
Thank you. I respect the fact that you were able to concede. Before we get off of appearance, do you have a favorite Stocking outfit?
I don't remember many. Did she wear a nurse outfit at one point? I swear she did.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I can't really pick out any.
I mean, there you go. That's the crux of the argument there. For Panty, though, I mentioned her country girl outfit where she has, like, freckles and pigtails, but actually my favorite outfit for both of them are the zombie cop outfits.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. They're my favorite.
Really well designed.
Yeah, absolutely. I want the figure so bad of those zombie outfits. They're so cool.
The color choice alone is, like, JoJo worthy.
Yeah, it's really, like, perfect colors. This, like, kind of like pastel. Oh, yeah, it's so good.
And it fits very well with the whole zombie.
I would say if we recommend any one episode to watch, that might be one of them.
Yeah,
it's very self-contained. It's got everything you could want in Panty and Stocking.
To understand the humor of Panty and Stocking, watch the zombie episode. To understand the action of Panty and Stocking, watch the Speed Ghost episode. I forget what the name of the episode, but that one, man, some of the action in it is on par with Redline.
I don't know if it's on par with Redline.
Not animation-wise, but the action itself. There's a real sense of speed to that episode.
It's pretty good. Nothing is going to top Redline, though.
I'm not saying it tops Redline. Guys, watch Redline, because fuck.
All right, let's get on to personality. I'm going to let you start with this one.
All right, so let's get the most important thing out of the way first. Panty is a nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
That's all she really thinks about. Even in the beginning of the show, they show an x-ray of both Panty and Stocking's brains.
Stocking's got more going on. She's thinking about many different things. Granted, it's all selfish things, like food and, like, goth shit. And
she's the more selfish of the sisters, I'd say. They're both totally selfish to the core. I do want to say that they show Panty being more kind and respecting than they show Stocking doing that. You think so? Yeah, she has a relationship with Brief that it kind of develops her character. She becomes more adult, I'd say.
More
less
pleasant
selfish.
to be around.
Yeah. There are a few situations where she kind of takes on the older sister role with Stocking.
Yeah.
And she's there to support Stocking or even apologize, which Stocking doesn't normally do.
Now, let's get this out of the way. They're both bitches. They're both very just mean. But at least Stocking is more subtle with her bitchiness and not so crude and just...
She's not as in your face, yeah.
Yeah. And if Stocking were my girlfriend, I'd appreciate, not getting yelled at and called the worst of names every day. I will take the subtle beat down.
Sometimes I'll take the just getting in your face and calling you an asshole over, the snide remarks and the constant, I'm not angry. Like, that gets under my skin.
But Stocking definitely blows up still. It just takes a while.
Yeah, and mostly she's blowing up over, Panty being Panty.
If you can somehow separate Panty and Stocking, I think they would both improve immensely.
I don't know why they're even together. I do know why they're together. When they work as sisters, there's like a real sense of, camaraderie and not even camaraderie, just they're like real sisters.
So I mentioned that Stocking is not as crude as Panty, but do you think Panty is a good crude? Because, crude can be a good thing.
Well, ultimately it comes down to the fact that Panty wants to fuck 1,000 men.
Yeah.
Before she goes back to
And
him.
honestly, right there, that's kind of a big nope for me. I'm kind of hot.
Yeah.
Like that is some actual, like, I could get an STD and die.
I think
that's
she's immune to
straight up-
STDs because she's an angel.
Maybe, but still, I'm not chancing that. I'd rather not date that. That puts her, like, she's got a good personality and yeah, she's nice to brief every now and then, but that takes her way down, don't you think? That she's fucking a million dudes every fucking day? Like, that ain't good.
Yeah, that could probably lead to some real issues.
There's some serious problems there.
It's almost like she aspires to be a stupid slut.
Yeah. At least Stocking has other things on her mind, and she's trying to do more things with her life.
Is she?
Yeah,
I think all she wants to
went
do
out with the
is-
ghost. She's more adamant about getting back to heaven.
That's
than
something I
Panty.
want to talk about a bit.
Yeah.
She went out with that ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I think they hint at the fact that Stocking is more of a fetishist than Panty.
Yes.
She's not interested in normal sex, but she's interested in, like, the weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was really attracted to the ghost who was constantly farting and sneezing and just
Yeah,
doing
he was
gross
a
bodily
really
functions.
gross person.
She seems to be into that. She is also, it's implied that she's into BDSM because every time she gets tied up in the series, they make it a point to show her moaning and enjoying it.
Which I think is a plus. All that.
Even the gross shit?
No, not the really gross shit. I have a limit.
The thing is, I feel like Panty would do all that for you if you wanted it. She doesn't seem like the kind to, like,
We're getting into
shame.
fetish potential hard.
Okay, yeah.
getting
Let's turn it around a bit.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Panty, she's honestly, she's the meanest of the sisters, but she's also the kindest of the sisters. Her emotions swing back and forth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets the most development out of that. And yeah,
But this isn't about development.
She wants to fuck 1,000 men.
Yeah,
so.
she wants to fuck 1,000 men. She's way more crude, and just there's no goal in sight. I need a woman with a goal in sight and with shit on her mind. There's a lot more on Stocking's mind. She's got way more going for her. She's less just fucking mean, and she's not fucking 1,000 dudes and getting into lots of gross trouble. She gets into gross trouble, but not like Panty.
All right, I'm gonna give you Stocking, literally only because of the whole she wants to fuck 1,000 guys.
I would
That
say
would
there's
just-
more to it.
that would just be
think
really
you're just,
difficult.
I think you're just a fan.
I don't think so because, like I said, she gets more character development. There's really not
It's
too
not
much.
about the character development.
We're talking about personality.
Yeah.
And I think that she has a better personality. I think Stocking is ultimately more selfish.
You think so?
Yeah. If you really look at the way Stocking speaks, she's kind of only in it for herself. Even the guys she dates, the only one that she was super devoted to.
I don't think it's herself. I think she is doing it for the greater good, maybe. Because she kind of just wants to go back to heaven
She
and
doesn't
get
care
everything
about
under
the greater
control.
good. The reason she was kicked out of heaven was she didn't care about the greater good like most angels do.
It has been a while since I watched the series in the first place, so I might be wrong about a lot of my points. But I really have to stick by Stocking here.
All right, I'm gonna give you Stocking just because of the whole. I don't want to date a girl whose goal in life, whose only goal in life, is to fuck 1,000 guys.
Yeah, that's no fun.
That's short-sighted.
Mm-hmm.
10,000. Point goes to Stocking. Now this is where I think I got you beat.
You do have me beat on ability.
Well, don't spoil it for him. Let's get it out of the way for both sisters. They both turn clothing into weapons.
Yeah.
Panty turns her panties into guns, and Stocking turns her stockings into two swords.
If I'm being honest, I think the guns are cooler than the sword.
They are, if only because we see something with Panty that we don't with Stocking, which is that Panty can turn anybody's underwear into a weapon, and depending on the size of that person's genitals, it'll turn into a different weapon.
See, I think that's really cool. That's super unique. It fits the show perfectly. It's creative. It's funny. Stocking just kind of gets the sword with her socks, which is cool still. It's really unique, but
I think she has cool stockings. Like, the whole, like, I don't even know what they're called, stirrups?
Yeah, or they don't have...
They're like
the
leg
whole...
warmers.
Yeah, they're like leg warmers. Yeah, those are really cool. I like them.
I like the fact that Panty can take Stocking's underwear and combine their two underwear to create like a sniper rifle.
That shit's awesome. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That was pretty badass. Yeah, so does Stocking ever upgrade her swords? I don't think she does.
I'm pretty sure she's used dual blades at some point.
She always uses dual blades.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she always has the two Stockings.
God, it's been a while. Stocking has like some weight stuff going on. She can shift her weight and...
Well, Stocking almost has full control over her weight. In the series, Panty actually says that she has to like exercise to keep her figure, whereas Stocking eats all the candy that she wants and she stays exactly how she wants to stay. And she has the bigger boobs of the two because
that is
of it.
true, but I'm not a boobs guy, so I don't really care too much.
In fact, the one episode where she loses her ability to control her weight, she gets devastated and it just fucks with her the whole episode.
Yeah, doesn't she just become a giant fucking blob of a person?
Yeah. After spending weeks and weeks exercising nonstop and not eating at all, to the point where she threw away her favorite snack.
Oh no. Saddest moment in anime history.
Creepy moment too. I don't know if you remember the way they drew her, but it was like all charcoaly and
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, both are skilled at dodgeball.
Yeah, they're both pretty fantastic at it. No, they're both ghost hunters. They know what they're doing in a fight.
They were both Transformers for a little bit.
Holy shit, there was a Transformers episode.
There was a Transformers episode.
Oh, that was so weird. I love that.
We get to see what Transformers sex looks like.
Yeah.
It was mostly just unscrewing a bolt. Pretty fucking cool.
Oh, that shit's awesome.
I think Panty was Optimus Prime and Stocking was Megatron.
Yeah, Stocking was Megatron. I remember that.
This is a really cool show if you guys haven't seen it ever.
Yeah, they're totally into American culture.
It's a really Americanized show. There was even an episode where they have a court trial between Ren and Stimpy.
Oh my god, I remember that. Oh, and they had the monkey at the end.
The monkey was so fun.
Yeah,
Monkey's
like the
the coolest character
monkey
in the show.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. I remember when I was a kid, you got me really hyped to watch that episode.
I like the fact that in that episode...
Everyone is going to question you for showing me Panty and Stocking when I was an infant. No, I wasn't an infant. I was like 10.
You were 10.
Yeah. It was a good time to watch the show, don't get me wrong. It didn't fuck me up or anything.
I'm sure a lot of it went over your head.
A lot of it did go over my head. It's a similar situation with FLCL where I feel like... Also, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's not for kids, but it's totally a thing for kids.
I was the cool older brother.
You totally were.
That introduced you to all the weird shit that you shouldn't be watching. Yeah. I think I even showed you El Super Beasto when you were pretty young.
You did, and I hated it when I was a kid, and as an adult, I like it.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, that was the one that took some growth time.
It's weird, because usually it's the opposite. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're a kid, you would like it, and when you're an adult, you're like, wow, this fucking sucks. I guess the only thing Panty... they're very similar. They have almost the same abilities. The only thing Panty has over Stocking is the fact that her weapon is way more versatile.
Yeah.
And the only thing Stocking has over Panty is better control over her body weight.
Yeah, and I think Panty just gets that point. I don't think there's much of a clash going on here. I think Panty totally steals the show. Damn, another point for Panty.
It's not looking good for Stocking, but we still have two more categories.
Two more. We're on a roll now, and this one's going to be real quick, as it usually is. We're going to go ahead and cut this down one ASAP.
So they're both ghost hunters. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
I would like to date a girl who's a ghost hunter.
Have you not already?
No, actually. We are the ones who come from a ghost hunting family.
Yeah, okay, let's explain this. Our parents, as you know, we're brothers. Our parents were ghost hunters for a while. They had a whole organization with some weird fucking people. They all had uniforms.
I think it became a cult.
Yeah, it's a cult.
Their ghost hunting group is now a cult.
Yeah, it's a cult now. They all worship the red-haired bitch. Yeah,
they worship. Oh, okay. So you get a lot of people together who all believe in the occult, and sooner or later they're all going to claim that they're psychics.
Yeah.
The most powerful of these psychics will inevitably turn the entire group into a cult that worships them.
Yeah.
Our parents got out at just the right time.
Perfect timing. They did all the ghost shit. You know, they went to houses and explored and looked at all the creepy shit. I went and filmed
with them. We went into like an old U.S. Navy battleship.
Mm-hmm. You went into that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There were diving suits from like the 1940s and stuff in there. Cool. It was really awesome. You would have loved it. We went to the Seven Sisters Hotel, which
That's supposed to be like the most haunted fucking place, right?
It's up there. Well,
Yeah.
they say it's up there. I don't believe in any of it. And then we went to a southern plantation called the Myrtles, which is supposed to be the most haunted.
See, I was a kid and I didn't love horror like I do now. Dude, I would go to a haunted place now, but as a kid, I didn't get the opportunity to. By the way, we're not joking. I know we have a weird sense of humor and like we'll just say weird shit sometimes, but this is legit. We're not telling stories here.
You know, it actually allowed me to go on a pretty fucking awesome date with a girl. Since we're not doing the date segment of this episode, I'll just let you guys in on this. You know, I'm known for coming up with the weird dates. First date I ever took a girl on, we had access to a cemetery because we were given permission to film in there. So on one of the nights that we weren't going to film there, I took the girl to the cemetery. We set up a projector and we watched Bela Lugosi movies.
Sounds fucking
on
awesome.
top of people's graves.
That sounds like the coolest fucking
It's a
date
little
ever.
fucked up, but at the
That's
same
pretty fucked
time, she liked it.
No, grave shit's cool. I'm always down for some grave shit.
Always down for grave shit.
As our Panty and Stocking, getting back on subject, they are
Yeah.
ghost hunters.
Both are punished angels, so you know they don't fit into the mold of what an angel should be.
Yeah.
They're not human at all. You're getting like a supernatural girlfriend if you were to date one of these.
Totally. We already mentioned that Stocking is the younger sister, Panty's the older sister. There's sort of a guidance role going on for Panty, while Stocking
It's
is more...
subtle. They're both twins. So,
they are twins.
So they're not really older than each other. It's just the roles that they take on.
You know it'd be fucking weird? So they're twins, right?
Yeah.
What if Stocking actually does look like Panty, but she like dyed her hair and just changed her appearance
They
so
do.
much?
They look exactly the same. If you take the hair off, they have the same face.
But I'm wondering if original Stocking had blonde hair and shit. And
Oh,
looked
you're
like
saying
Panty.
like if they're
Yeah.
both identical.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think Panty's a natural blonde.
You don't think so?
She has all like the stupid Hollywood I want to be an actress thing going on. I wouldn't be surprised if they're both brunettes. They both dye their hair.
That'd be funny.
They're both just normal mousy brown haired girls who just happen
I don't
to
know.
be...
The blonde thing really fits the whole angelic theme.
Yeah, that's true. And plus she has blue eyes.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
How do you even
similar
judge
roles.
who wins the role segment?
I think it's the fact that Panty takes on the older sister role and is actually, you know, guiding Stocking in some scenes. And that kind of puts her in a more powerful position for me.
Go ahead. I'll let you have the point. I don't have much to say about the role, so I will go ahead and give it to you.
This is your least favorite of the categories, right?
Fetish potential?
Yeah.
No, it's my favorite. Especially right now.
Why?
Because there's a lot of shit going on.
There is so much shit going on in fetish potential that it's almost not worth talking about.
Yes, it is.
Read my one note about fetish potential.
For Panty, it is not all.
For both sisters, it's all. You have to keep in mind one very important fact. The director of Panty and Stocking has gone on record to say all hentai, all fan art, all pornography of these characters is canon.
No, oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, so pretty much any scenario you can imagine the girls in, canonically, they've done it. I'm talking incest, I'm talking transformation, that weird diaper thing your cousin's into. They've done it a lot.
Yeah. I'm like two-headed, like they probably like share the same body at some point.
Yeah,
They've all
they
had
had
dicks
to.
at some point.
Oh, are you kidding me? Canonically, all this happened.
Okay, now it is canon, but that is also stretching it a bit.
Do you want to keep it focused in on just what's
Yes,
in the show?
I would like to kind of focus on what is in the show. We could say all, but then we would be at a stalemate, and then where would the episode go? So we're going to go ahead and think about just the character themselves. And in this case, I think Stocking totally trumps Panty. Panty is mostly just having orgies and having sex.
Yeah.
And occasionally getting into weird shit. For Stocking, she has the Stocking things. She's got a foot fetish potential, bondage, food, inflation, monsters, angels, swordplay,
Weight gain.
weight gain. Yeah, I said inflation.
Oh.
Yeah, inflation,
It's
weight
not
gain.
quite inflation. There are two different
She gets
things.
inflated at one point.
She does. She gets inflated and weight gain. I'm not going to fight you on this one.
Yeah, and she...
Stocking obviously wins
Yeah.
fetish potential.
And she's into like fucking like farts and shit herself and like gross puke and all that. So Stocking totally fucking gets this in every single way.
Panty, it's almost all just sex. Now, there's nothing that Panty really has that Stocking doesn't have, along with all of her other weird stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have the incest vibes that you get between both sisters. There's that weird scene where Panty is like, hey, let's go watch this porn I was in together. And Stocking...
I kind of remember that.
You don't remember? There was an episode where Panty showed the entire world a porn video that she made after they became big celebrities, and it was a big sex scandal. Panty didn't understand what was wrong with it. So they go around the world hunting down every last copy of this sex tape. And then the final one, Panty's like, hey, let's save this one so we can watch it together.
That's so weird. I barely remember that. I kind of do, but it's mostly gone.
It's a weird show.
I think if anything, we've come to the terms with the fact that this show is weirder than we remember.
But you know who would beat both Panty and Stocking?
Who?
Garter Belt.
Garter Belt, totally. Garter
Belt
totally
is fetish potential incarnate, on top of having like a fucking badass backstory.
Yeah, his backstory is fucking incredible. They have the whole episode about it. It's one of my favorites.
It's actually my favorite episode of the series.
It's
hard to pick a favorite because every single episode of that show is memorable. There's only 10, I think.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a 24-episode series.
No, it's just 10 episodes with 2 15-minute episodes each time.
You know, if we weren't in the middle of rewatching all the Harry Potter movies, I would say let's go ahead and...
We should give it a rewatch
some more Panty and Stocking.
Eventually.
Yeah.
There are some weird episodes that I didn't quite get 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like the one that takes place in like a realistic world for the most part.
I forget it. See, I saw this all 10 years ago and I didn't get it at all because I was like a fucking kid. And I haven't totally rewatched it since.
I think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Now. I think the art style is going to be really inspiring.
Appreciation for it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my fetish potential point.
And would you look at that? We've come to the end of the show and...
The clash is over. Blood has been spewed all over the place. It has been very gruesome. Actually, like, way more chill than I thought. I thought there was going to be a lot of arguing.
Yeah.
But it was kind of way more civil than
I
thought.
Yeah, we're good at convincing each other.
It wasn't much of a clash. It was more of a sad debate.
A sad anime debate.
And it is very sad that Stocking has lost.
2-3. She put up a good fight.
It was close.
The sisters have way more in common than they have not in common. They're both great characters.
I love them. They're both fantastic.
We shit talk them a lot, and they would suck as girlfriends, but I just love these characters. I could watch them for 20 more seasons.
It's another one of those shows where without those characters, it's nothing. It's totally a character-driven show, and they're fantastic.
Doesn't it piss you off that shit like Johnny Test stays on the air forever, but Panty and Stocking only got 10 episodes?
You don't like Johnny Test? No, I fucking hate Johnny Test.
Yeah, same here.
So, final words on Stocking for me. I think she's great. I love her design. She's really gross and shitty, but, you know, I wish she could have won because, you know, I do prefer her. But Panty's just way more interesting, I guess. That's kind of it. That's all I can really say. Panty is more interesting than Stocking.
Final words on Panty. Panty is a great character. I love the fact that she starts out as this stereotypical slut, and over the course of the series, particularly the last episode, we see some more depth to her. Some more of her caring about somebody other than herself. We really see the love that she has for her sister. It goes both ways, but I see it more Panty loving Stocking than
I do too.
Stocking loving Panty.
Stocking's passive-aggressive.
That really speaks a lot to me. And it's really what informs how much I love the character. Again, when I first saw the show, I thought I was going to like Stocking more. Mm-hmm. Most people think that. She seems like the more interesting character, but in the end, I think Panty wins out. If you guys haven't seen the show, absolutely check it out. I can't recommend Panty and Stocking enough.
And you know what? Go ahead. You know, most people are going to tell you to, you know, make sure to be nice in the comments and be respectful and all that stuff. No, I want you guys to clash in the comment section. Be mean to each other. Pick your fucking side. Panty or Stocking. Choose. Debate.
Use really ugly language.
Tell us why we are wrong. Prove us wrong. Maybe you'll change our minds. Go ahead and argue it out in the comments, and maybe the whole comment section will decide on their own personal winner of this fight.
I think the comment section should have a say.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're the canon choice.
You think so?
I think so.
All right, so for now, our non-canon winner of our first episode of Your Waifus Must Clash is Panty Anarchy. However, we're going to come back in, you know, a couple weeks, maybe by the time we do another episode of this segment of the podcast, and we're going to go ahead and see who was the true absolute winner of it all, and that's up to you guys in the comment section.
That's up to you, guy, in the comment section.
That one guy. Dude, I'm sorry, I don't have my phone on me. I would totally shout you out. You know, you who keeps commenting, you're great. I appreciate you.
We must please the fan.
We must please the fan. So, dude, go ahead. Type it out. If you're into Panty and Stocking, go ahead and let us know who's your favorite And in a couple weeks, we're going to find out by hopefully looking at some more comments, and we'll see who's the true winner.
We both agree the true winner is Garter Belt.
True winner is always going to be Garter Belt. That's just a fact of life.
I think after this episode, you know, if this becomes popular at all, we're going to eventually have to do the Demon Sisters.
Totally. Skinny knee socks.
Yeah. Those nothing characters who don't actually have any kind of development at all.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I never really liked them either. Let's not do that episode.
Yeah, we're not going to do
That's
that.
very controversial because those characters are fucking popular.
Super popular. Insanely popular. I'm not into them, though.
No, same here. I like the little joke that they have where they pronounce rules with the trilled
Yeah,
R's.
that's funny. It gets a chuckle every single time, but besides that, I'm not interested. So go ahead and comment who you prefer more. Be angry, be vulgar. Use a lot of profane language in the comment section. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and see who's the winner of this clash a little bit later down the road. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that is waifu_podcast. Our email is waifutrashpodcast@gmail.com. Our Facebook page is the name of the podcast if you want to go ahead and check us out over there. If you want to support us on Patreon, if you really enjoy what we do, our Patreon is Your Waifu is Trash. Any final words, David?
What do you think we're going to get first? Panty and Stocking Season 2 or Animated Steel Ball Run?
Animated Steel Ball Run, actually.
You don't think it's ever going to happen?
No.
Ah, shit.
It's going to be very disappointing. But you know what? Do it for her.